Then we got Oz Cobb, friend of the channel, about this May 1st burst thing. Like I said, if it's really troubling you that much, seek therapy. Talk to a family member, you know, tell them about it. Tell them how it affected you. And really get into detail. You know, tell them all about it. But if you want to call in and talk about it, you know, we can do that here on the line as well. We left your wife for a femboy. Yeah, good on you, dude. Like I said, it's always good to embrace new experiences. Keep up with the modern times. How many people called in wanting to talk about the other product giving himself a biological release? I don't get it. But if that's what you fans want to talk about, I'm not going to stop you. As long as your language is appropriate. As long as you use the correct terminology and don't get too graphic. I'm okay with it. Yeah, like I said, it must have been some release, the way he threw the head back, and I mean, good God, I mean, maybe he was on a piece of blue chew and just couldn't hold it in, I don't know. You know, maybe he took some blue chew and his girlfriend ended up saying, I'm sorry, I'm tired tonight, so he had to kind of self-biologically serve himself. I really don't know.
Have you kept up with the news of the other product recently?
No, not honestly, not a really. This is the thing I find interesting, dude, is once I started realizing what the other product was really about, like, he makes me sick to my stomach. I don't know how these people can spend day after day after day, like, watching his stuff and making videos on, like, dude, like, even listening to him speak at this point literally, like, turns my stomach, dude. So, no, I haven't. But what's the news? You can share it with us.
So, I actually agree with you. I've dabbled in videos on the other product.
Right.
It gets to a point where you watch him and you're hating him and you're hating yourself as you're watching him. And
yeah.
He's so boring, it's difficult to sit through as well. The latest news, I think you'll like it. It's about the Switch 2s. He's trying to grift for a Switch 2 from his fans.
Yeah, it's disgusting. That's what I can't stand, dude. I don't want to keep you on the phone too long, but this is a good conversation. But this is what I can't stand. The minute when I started doing this and I realized, hey, people like what I do and they want to contribute, I was like, there's no way I would want to take advantage of that. You know, if they contribute, they contribute. If they're here, if they're chatting, if they're part of the show, like, that's enough. But the thought of actually coming on here and being like, hey, guys, like, I need the Switch 2. I couldn't do it.
There's a difference because you
just blow open the whole thing. So he begs his fans for a Switch 2 so he can get the Switch 2 so he can expect the fans to give him more money to play the Switch 2. It's a sickening cycle of abuse.
And the day that the Switch 2, like the unboxing or whatever game he plays, the day that doesn't hit the tips goal, he's going to drop it.
Yeah.
He's going to drop it. Because this is what he's been doing. He's been dropping games as soon as they don't hit the tips goal, regardless of how many, like, tips goals.
PWR, I'm getting butt. Does that make me a fake fan? Well, no, I don't judge people by their lifestyle. I just try to celebrate the way I live my life. Get all the butt you want. Yeah, the Venom movies were good. I agree with that.
The burst on May 1st.
Oh, yes, brother. My fans have told me all about it. I know, yes. What about it?
Well, that was the day that Phil intentionally jacked off in front of Alden's children.
Oh, in front of children, was it? Okay, yeah. Let's actually, like, break it down. Let's kill some time that I don't have to suffer through this game. So here is my opinion on it, dude. Because, like, the dude might make me friggin', like, physically sick. But I always try to look at things kind of, like, objectively. My opinion on it, so hopefully, you know, people stop mentioning it. My opinion on it is, first of all, it really was quite disgusting. But things can happen, man, when you're live, man. Like, you never know, like, what you could run into. Like, I ran into trouble the other night because I was really excited. I was doing that war thing I was like, I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna get makeup and I'm gonna do myself all up and really get into character and get all hyped up. And then I'm getting accused of doing like blackface, right? So like when you're trying different things, you know, you might do something stupid, you might do something dumb. But I think the minute that you sit on the chair in front of the computer, dude, like you have to be like ready. You can't be like screwing around and like checking other stuff. And I just think he was just so comfortable in his environment, he just wasn't thinking. But I'm going to be honest, I think that is a little unfair to say it was in front of children. I think that is a little far. Was it disgusting? Yes. Was it stupid? Yeah, absolutely. It could have killed his career. I think it did a lot of damage to him for the fan base, and it's something that's going to be out there forever, and it's a really gross thing to be out there forever. But I think saying, oh, he did it in front of children is a little too far. That's like hyperbole or whatever, you know, like having the time of my life. I'm hot. These other dudes are not. I'm interacting with my community. I'm playing a classic hot game. What else could I ask for?
That was really nice. I have a question for you.
Sure, go ahead, brother.
Let me know this. I was told by a friend of mine, you like more Hulk Hogan? How come you don't like me, Macho Man Randy Savage?
I mean, the Macho Man just wasn't as big of a part of my youth as Terry was.
Your youth? Man, when I was in my youth, I used to play baseball, you know? I was good, but they said, oh, don't go in the field. Don't need to play.
Well, I'm sorry, Randy. You know, I respect your contributions, but I'm just more of a Terry guy.
And they said, oh, you're not too good and not
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Randy. I'm gonna have to cut you off there. You're breaking up from beyond the grave, but I'm just more of a Terry guy. Always have been. Always will be. We missed a few other calls here. I'll try to get you guys. Just call back.
I'm enjoying the show. I just wanted to weigh in on the May 1st thing. If I
Okay,
could
go
for a
ahead.
second.
Keep it respectful and watch your language, but let's hear what you got to say about it.
I will. You know, I don't know if it's fair to say that a lot of kids were watching that
Right.
day, but I know for a fact there was at least one kid watching that day.
Wow.
And unfortunately, that kid was my son.
Are you being legitimate? Your son was a fan of that other product and he was exposed to that behavior?
I'm dead serious. I've been watching the show with him for about 4 years now. He's 14. And we were sitting there waiting for the show to start.
Mm-hmm.
And my son is looking at me like he's confused. And he goes, "What is Phil doing, Dad?" And I had nothing to say. I was shocked.
Yeah.
He just sat there, and Phil threw his head back in ecstasy. He had a thrill right in front of my son.
I mean, what did you do? Like, put the Toy Story tape on and turn the TV off? Or how did you manage that with your young son?
I literally acted like nothing happened, and the show started, and we just watched the show. We acted like nothing happened.
Incredible.
And he never asked me about it, but I'm pretty sure he figured out, you know, what he was doing since then.
Good God.
And, so, I mean, I don't know if there was other kids watching, but there was at least one, and, man, he is a sick, sick guy.
Yeah, well, there's lots of other reasons he's sick beyond that, but we'll leave it at that, dude. Thanks for your call. Thanks for giving your take on it.
All right, love you, PWR.
All right, take care. All right, that must have been incredibly challenging. I can't even imagine that. To hear from you. I always love hearing from you. I mean, that was an interesting take. He wouldn't have the popularity he has today if he didn't finish himself off in front of the audience. I haven't heard that angle on it before. Very interesting. You got anybody else? We actually have some hot calls tonight.
Oh, heck, no, man, I don't mess with that. That's Jew stuff, brother.
Okay, that we're not going racial. We're not going religious. We'll take one more call, and then I gotta take a biological break myself here. Okay, we got Winston, as I am. And then we got Tony Panther with $5. Hey, PWR, a piece of butt is trying to put me under her spell, and it's working. Any ideas? Well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I want to be respectful when it comes to my views on women. But be honest about your yearly income. Be honest about what you can provide, what dreams you can and can't make come true. And see if there's a compromise. See if you can meet in the middle. That's all I got to say. Best of luck to you, dude. Let's take one more look at the Discord.
Watching, and they might get hot, and something like that could happen to them too. Because I just wanted to say, when Phil had his biological release,
yeah,
he left it all over his skin for hours. And that can actually cause a lot of skin irritation. There's a lot of enzymes and proteins that can dissolve away and create a lot of rashes. So to all the hot young dudes watching out there, make sure you clean up after you have your own birth.
Well, exactly. We don't know if he had a tissue on standby or really what was going on. We don't know the cleanup protocol that he was doing. He just kind of noticed he was on the air and just kind of pushed forward as normal.
There was no cleanup. I mean, the guy was...
It's a sad, pathetic existence, dude, and I know. I was a fan. But now I see how much of a sick, freaking evil man he really is. He's not Mr. Positive. He's not, you know, just a guy who wants to play games and be positive and have fun. So, I don't give a crap what you say. Just get the F out. Go watch him. Why are you here? Stupid freaking idiots. I'm so close to swearing, dude. Telling them right the F off. Thank you, Marina Moore. I appreciate that. Get him out of here. Get him F. Like, point at the... But it's all hooked up. Like I said, apparently people say other wives are watching, you know, PWR. So why... Maybe she's checking it out. Like I said, the other product was absolutely boiling at the fact I got partnered so easily. He was hot. He was probably taking his jacket off, you know, slamming it on the floor, going downstairs, ranting to his wife. I can't believe that PWR guy got partnered so quick. I think for me to finally realize what he was all about, dude, was when I stepped onto the air myself. And when I started getting, like, positivity from the fans, like, it changed me as a person, man. And that's the thing. I think that he never took time to realize that he might have made an impact on people, that he might have meant something to people. All he sees is dollar signs. And if you're a threat to that, you're the enemy. Some of you, I guess, are really fixated on this May 1st burst thing. Maybe you'll be watching that video to end the night, to relive your trauma, seemingly.